In 1971, an American Airlines plane had just taken off and had only been airborne for a few minutes when a passenger sitting in the very last seat called the air hostess over. Smiling, he handed her a note. The note contained just a few words that would stir the entire United States. Who was this passenger? And why has the FBI not been able to find him, dead or alive, to this day? More importantly, the most powerful intelligence agency in America has not been able to extract any information from this passenger for the past 50 years. Welcome to another video from ZemTV English. This intriguing story began on November 24, 1971, at Portland Airport. A man, who appeared to be a businessman, booked a ticket from Portland to Seattle and headed straight to the plane. In those days, America did not have any stringent security checks. Passengers' baggage was not inspected, nor was their identity verified. This was a Northwest Orient Airlines Boeing 727, scheduled to reach Seattle from Portland in just 45 minutes. Wearing sunglasses and carrying a briefcase, this passenger boarded the plane and sat in his preferred seat at the very back. He ordered a drink and lit a cigarette, as smoking was allowed on flights in the 70s. Everything was normal until the plane took off at exactly 2:58 p.m. Soon after takeoff, he turned around, smiled, and handed an envelope to the air hostess, Florence Schaffner. When she read the note, the ground beneath her feet slipped away. The note said, "I have a bomb, and I would like you to sit beside me." Florence, trembling, sat next to him. He opened his briefcase to reveal 8 red cylinders attached to wires a crude bomb. He hijacked the plane with 3 demands, $200,000 in cash by 5 p.m., 2 pairs of parachutes, and a fuel truck ready for refueling upon arrival in Seattle. Florence indirectly conveyed his warning that if any mistake was made, he would detonate the bomb. There were 35 passengers on board, all unaware of the hijacking. Florence relayed the hijackers' demands to the cockpit. Another air hostess, Tina Mucklow, then sat beside the hijacker with an intercom to communicate his messages to the pilots. This was the first plane hijacking in American history for ransom, prompting local authorities and the FBI to decide to comply with all the hijackers' demands. The flight, meant to land in Seattle in just 45 minutes, circled the airport for the next hour and a half while preparations were made. Authorities collected $10,000 and $20 bills from a nearby bank, noting their serial numbers, and obtained a pair of parachutes from a local skydiving club. At 5:45 p.m., the plane landed, and the hijacker received a bag of money and the parachutes as promised. He allowed the 35 passengers and 2 flight crew members to disembark, but kept the pilots and 1 flight attendant on board.
Night had fallen when the plane took off again. The hijacker instructed the pilots to fly with the landing gear down, the flaps at 15 degrees, and the altitude at 10,000 feet, heading straight for Mexico City. The pilots complied, except for the Mexico City destination due to fuel constraints. Instead, they suggested stopping for refueling in Reno, Nevada. Meanwhile, local and federal authorities dispatched fighter jets to follow the plane, but they couldn't maintain the slow speed. The hijacker instructed Tina Mucklow to go to the cockpit and close the door. The last thing she saw was him tying something around his waist and lowering the rear stairs. At around 8:10 p.m., the plane's rear staircase was lowered, and the hijacker jumped out, vanishing into the night. When the plane landed in Reno 3 hours later, he was gone, leaving behind only his tie, 8 cigarette butts, and 1 of the parachutes. Despite extensive searches, neither he nor the ransom money was found. The FBI, stumped by the lack of evidence and his daring escape, kept the case open for years. Sketches were made based on passenger descriptions, and the public was asked for information, offering a reward. In 1980, a boy found $5,800 in decomposed $20 bills along the Columbia River, matching the serial numbers of the ransom money. This discovery deepened the mystery, as it was 27 kilometers from the suspected drop zone. Many theories suggest the hijacker might have been an experienced military parachutist, given the difficulty of the jump. To this day, the FBI has kept the case open, and the hijacker's fate remains unknown. This is one of the most famous unsolved mysteries in FBI history. The full details of the case can be found on the FBI's website, and the file remains open. Thank you for watching this video from ZemTV English. Please like, share, and comment with your thoughts. See you in the next exciting video.